Good morning, everyone. I'm going to read a prepared statement and then we'll move from there. Good morning, St. Bonaventure faculty, staff, students, families, and alumni, and our Ventura County community. On behalf of our principal, Mrs. Christina Castro, and the St. Bonaventure Athletic Department, we are excited to announce our new head boys basketball coach, Wolfgang Wood. Coach Wood comes to us after being an assistant varsity and head junior varsity coach at Santa Margarita High School. He is a 2012 graduate of Santa Margarita. Coach Wood finished his collegiate playing career at Cal Lutheran, where he was a first team all SIAC and helped lead his team to a league title in 2017. After coaching for a year at Newbury Park, Coach Wood went back to his high school alma mater and helped coach them to a Division I CIF championship. Coach Wood has stated that he went back to Santa Margarita because he wanted to return to the Catholic school environment. We are very excited about the future of St. Bonaventure basketball, and at this time, I would like to introduce our new head boys basketball coach, Coach Wood. Congratulations, Coach.
Coach Wood, on behalf of the St. Bonaventure community, we welcome to our program. Big shoes to fill with our former coach, Pat Frank. You're the right man for the job, and you're going to do a fantastic job at St. Bonaventure High School.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
There you go. You can take it off whenever you want. We're just waiting for a moment to let some other people into the Zoom conference right now. Good morning, everyone. We just introduced Coach Wolfgang Wood to our community here at St. Bonaventure. If you guys like to ask any questions, we're open for those right now, so feel free.
Hey, Wolfgang, this is Eric Solheimer from the LA Times. Congratulations. I was wondering if you could just give us your thoughts on this hiring announcement came last week at a time when this country is dealing with a lot of issues, and this certainly was a decision that was a little bit historic at St. Bonaventure. There have been 2 other black coaches in basketball, but I was wondering what your thoughts were on what that your decision to go there means, what you hope it means.
Well, thank you again, to St. Bonaventure for giving me this opportunity. But I think for me, it's a way for me to come impact a group of kids in a community in a sense of just helping kids grow as men. That's how I look at it, especially during this time. You need a lot of there's a time for coaches to come in and be leaders and be those people that help impact kids' program and help their development growing up. So I look at it as an opportunity to help impact kids, to help them grow, to help them just expand their minds, become better people. So I think the more people you have able to surround those kind of kids and surround a program, it'll help the community, it'll help kids growing up in their development. So I look at it as a great opportunity, especially during this time, just to kind of be able to step into a leadership role and help kids develop and become better men.
You were in the Trinity League, and Santa Margarita hired a black coach, and so you kind of know a little bit what that person had to go to just to get hired and stuff. And when do you think things will change and we don't have to mention, oh, it's a black coach or something else? Because that seems to be an issue in a lot of different sports, maybe not so much in basketball.
I think over time, I think it just comes down to once, right now we're taking a progressive step forward overall. So I think once we just continue taking steps forward, it's not going to happen over time. But I think that if we just continue taking baby steps forward as a community and a country and everything like that, then it'll eventually get to that point. But I think right now, I'm grateful for this opportunity. And I think just over time, it's something that's going to happen over time. There's not going to be a forceful thing, but I think over time, you just got to trust that process that people are making that step forward to make these kinds of decisions.
Thank you.
Lauren, do you have a question?
Yeah, you know what? Hi, Wolfgang. Wolfgang, nice to see you. I appreciated the opportunity to talk to you yesterday. We had a good conversation then. But one thing I wanted to ask you about was that I know that Matt Turk was a friend of you. You tweeted about him. What's your thoughts on him? Loss is that for you and everybody?
Can you repeat that? It kind of,
It cut out.
it cut out a little bit. Can you just repeat the question real quick?
Yeah, no problem. I'm sorry about that. I wanted to, like I said, I appreciated the opportunity to talk to you yesterday. One thing I wanted to ask you about today was the loss of Matt Turk, who was your friend at Santa Margarita. How tough is that? How big a loss is that for everybody?
Well, it's definitely a big loss. You know, Max Turk, you know, I've known him since middle school, and we grew up together, and we played freshman football together and freshman basketball together. So it's definitely a big loss for the Santa Margarita community and even for our community of friends. So, you know, I know he's in a better place right now, and I know he's looking down at us and smiling, and it's a very tough time, but I know now that he's in a better place, and he'll always be a friend of me and a friend to our group of friends back home. So it's a very tough loss. It's a very tough time, but I know at least I know that he's in a better place right now.
Thank you, Wolfgang.
Wolfgang had a question about lessons learned from your parents and stuff. So you got a mom who's played college basketball, a father who was a legend in high school, college, at least the Fullerton people think he's a legend, and also a referee and role model. And I was wondering, what are some of the lessons learned from having parents that are in that situation?
Definitely, they taught me a lot growing up. My father and my mother and my sister, who played as well as Seton Hall, so they all played a huge part. The biggest thing they taught me is that you have to work hard and earn everything, whether it's for a job or on the basketball court or off the court. You have to work for it, and you have to really preach work ethic and also relationships. You have to treat everyone you have to be nice to everyone. You have to have good relationships with people, and that just comes down to building the values of being a good person. So they definitely helped me with my core values and definitely helped me off the court as well as on the court. So I'm more than thankful for my family with my father, my sister, and my mother for teaching me on and off the court.
And did your father teach you how to deal with officials when you're on the bench?
You know, he definitely told me to at least understand them, you know, understand how the stress that refs go through. So he definitely had a few talks with me here and there growing up about how to handle officials.
So he's never given you a technical?
Not yet, but I'm sure if he ever ref me, he would probably do it right in the first 2 minutes of the game.
Okay, Wolfgang, what were the family basketball games like?
Well, you know, we had a pull-away hoop in the front of the house, and let's just say that for the longest time I wasn't winning many games, but you know, once I was able to get to the middle of high school, I think I was able to get my sister a couple times, and I think when I was a little bit older, I managed to get my dad, even though he'll never admit it. But it was definitely some very competitive games. You know, we all had different style of play, so it was definitely fun to play against them all growing up.
Do you have any concerns about the current state of high school sports, in that we have no idea when high school sports will resume? There's a chance that football won't take place until January, and basketball may take place until February. That might be a good thing for you, that you'll get to know your team a little bit better. But what kind of plans are you trying to make for the coming year?
I think right now during this time it's such a fluid situation that you just have to pay attention to what's going on and what the facts are coming out about everything going on with COVID, and pay attention to the medical facts. And I just trust the administration that they're going to make the right decision, and also it comes down to what CIF administration comes down. So you just have to trust what they're going to do, and we just have to go. Right now it's about the safety of the kids. You know, the games will come. It's about the safety of the kids, the safety of the parents, and safety of everyone intact. So if that means that, you know, some plans are going to change, but that means that kids are going to be safe and parents are going to be safe, then you have to go that route. So I think it's just such a fluid situation; it can change every week. So we definitely I'm in support of what the administration wants to do, as long as it's, in the safety of the children.
And Principal Castro, do you have any thoughts on when you think sports will resume at St. Bonaventure?
Now, if I had my preference. We're working on, as Coach Wood had said, we're working on all the details and interpreting those, and number one is the safety of our students. That's the number one thing. And we wanna make sure that, we do get sports onto the field. We know that our students have been suffering, emotionally. They need to be on the field. They need to be interacting with their friends and each other, and they need to get a chance to interact with their new coach. So we're very hopeful. We're working with the Diocese of Los Angeles. We have careful rollout plans. We have a task force here at St. Bonaventure to help us address every issue, every need, so that we can pull our program together and make sure that we are efficient and we keep, again, kids safe, number one.
So you would be prepared to play football on August 21st if it was your decision?
Wouldn't that be nice?
You're right.
Yes, if CIF would allow, but I don't think that that's in the cards at the moment. But again, as Coach Wood had said, it's very fluid. And so we're looking at all the details and operating, as strictly as we can with the guidelines of the County of Ventura.
So as a principal, you think it's very important to get sports restarted for the health of the kids?
It is. It's important to have school starting as well. So we're looking at a start date for St. Bonaventure High School of August 18th. And what that's going to look like, I have plans A, B, and C. My team is working very hard to make sure that we are as less remote as we were this last quarter as we finished up this new school year. But again, we have to follow the guidelines. We have no more information than anybody else in terms of working with the County of Ventura and of course under the Diocese of Los Angeles. So August is our target date for school, and then looking at getting athletics on the field in terms of conditioning, we're working on that right now.
Right. That's the same day that LAUSD is scheduled to open.
That's correct.
Right, so, okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Lauren, do you have any other questions?
No, I'm good, thank you. Like I said, Wolfgang and I had a long conversation yesterday, so it was really cool, thank you.
And we appreciate the article. It was awesome. It was great to see, his picture out there and not get out in the afternoon yesterday. We appreciate that, Lauren.
You're most welcome, thank you very much.
Mike, do you have any questions?
Yeah, Coach, Mike Clan up here at ABC Santa Barbara. You're younger than probably most of the coaches that you'll go up against. How will you use that as an advantage to really connect with the young players?
Well, I definitely think relationships with your players is very important. So I think being able to connect with them and understand what they're going through on the court, having been freshly off the court about 5-6 years ago, I think I'm able to give them that energetic feel, as well as having coached under two Division I coaches in Jeff Reiner and Justin Bell, and having coached under Matt Eichinger. I think I learned a lot as a coach and then as well as a player, so I'm able to kind of bring that youthful energy, and also by having been under great coaches, being able to bring that experience as well. Even though people can say that I'm too young, I definitely feel like I learned a lot from those past 3 coaches as a coach, and then as well playing under Jeff Daines and Jerry DeBusk during my high school and college time.
And one last question, you grew up around basketball. When did you know you wanted to be a basketball coach?
I would say it didn't really dawn on me until I was in my later college years. I definitely have been around coaching and have been around a lot of great coaches. So I think when I was towards my later college years, I was able to kind of see the game from a different level, knowing that the playing side was about finish. And I think when I got towards the end of my senior year, having that experience with Jeff Daines, Bob Massell, and Brendan Garrett, those coaches were able to kind of lean me towards coaching and kind of put it into my mind. So when I was able to finish playing, I was able to jump into Newberry Park. And once I was with Coach Eichinger at that time, I really developed a passion for coaching and wanted to continue doing it.
Thanks a lot. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mike. Lauren, you all good?
I'm good, thank you again.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I'd like to say thank you to everyone for listening today. We appreciate it. We're really, really excited to have our new head basketball coach here. first thing we're gonna do is go into the gym right now and shoot threes and see who's the better shooter. So we just wanna sign off right now and tell you thank you very much. We appreciate it. Thanks, Lauren. Thanks,
Thank you,
Mike.
guys.
Appreciate it. Thanks, guys.